On December 20th, 1968, a young couple went on their first date in a car. They wanted some privacy, so they drove to Herman Lake in California. The couple was 16-year-old Betty Lou Jensen and 17-year-old David Faraday. They didn't know that a strange man was following them. After they stopped near the lake, a suspicious car approached from behind. The man inside asked David and Betty to get out of their car. When they refused, the man forced them out. To scare them, he shot at the rear wheel of their car. Frightened, David and Betty tried to run away, but the man shot both of them. David was hit in the head, and Betty was shot 5 times in the back. The man quickly fled the scene. This terrifying incident marked the beginning of the hunt for the most infamous and feared killer of 20th century. The American police and FBI searched for this killer for approximately 45 years, still failed to find him. Yes, we are talking about the killer who is still a nightmare for America. We are talking about the Zodiac Killer. So who is the Zodiac Killer? Why he is killing innocent young couples? What were his methods and motives? And how did he manage to evade capture for 45 years? Watch the video till end to find it out. Welcome to the new episode of Zylar Explains. Let's begin. After 6 months and 14 days since the Lake Herman road killings, the Zodiac Killer struck again with a terrifying second murder. On July 4th, 1969, Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau, a couple, were at Blue Rock Springs Park. Watched the fireworks on Independence Day. A stranger's car followed them and parked parallel to theirs. The stranger then reversed the car and drove away, but the couple thought they were safe. However, the killer returned and shot Darlene, who died instantly. Michael was also shot, but survived with injuries. After this attack, police created a sketch of the killer with the help of survivor Michael Mageau. This sketch was distributed among all the taxi drivers in the area, hoping that it would help identify the Zodiac Killer. Unfortunately, the efforts to identify the Zodiac Killer using the sketch from Michael Mageau's description weren't successful. As the attack on Michael and Darlene happened at night, and Michael was critically injured, this made it difficult for him to provide a very detailed description of the attacker. The resulting sketch ended up being quite generic: a young, white male with short brown hair and glasses. This lack of specific features made it hard to pinpoint a single suspect. Despite these limitations, the sketch did generate some leads. People came forward with tips based on a resemblance to acquaintances. None of these panned out. The sketch remains a part of the Zodiac Killer case file, a reminder of the ongoing investigation. It wasn't until much later, on December 20th, 1968, moments after 12:40 a.m., that the Zodiac Killer first made contact with the authorities. In a chilling phone call to the Vallejo Police Department, Killer claimed responsibility for the Blue Rock Springs attack, along with the earlier Lake Herman road killings, and described the gun used as a 9mm Luger. The call ended abruptly before the caller's identity could be determined. On July 31st, 1969, the Zodiac Killer sent 3 different letters with similar text to the editors of San Francisco Chronicle, San Francisco Examiner, and the Vallejo Times-Herald. A piece of a cryptogram has been attached to each of the letters. Every letter had been signed with what looked like a crosshair symbol. The Zodiac Killer confessed to the murders of David Arthur Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen on Lake Herman Road, Benicia, California, on December 20th, 1968. And to the shooting of Michael Renaud Mageau and Darlene Elizabeth Ferrin at the Blue Rock Springs Golf Course parking lot in Vallejo, California, on July 4th, 1969. As proof of authenticity, the Zodiac mentioned details of the crimes that only the police and the killer would know at the time the letters were sent. He informed that the attached cryptograms would contain his identity and demanded their printing on the front page of the respective newspapers until the afternoon of August 1st, 1969. The Zodiac threatened to go on a kill rampage over the weekend, otherwise. So why he send the similar 3 letters? 3 letters were a way to spread fear, become a big news story, and seem super important. Cryptograms were published subsequently, although not all on the front pages and not within the given deadline. The kill rampage did not happen on the said weekend. After this, the Zodiac Killer also sent 4 ciphers to the police, or as follows. Cipher Z408. This was the first cipher sent by the Zodiac. It contained 408 characters and was famously cracked by a team of schoolteachers in 1969. The decoded message included threats and insults directed at the police and the public. The second cipher, Z340. This cipher had 340 characters and remained unsolved for over 50 years. In December 2020, a team of codebreakers claimed to have cracked it, revealing a message about the Zodiac's killing spree and his motives. However, the solution remains controversial and hasn't been universally accepted by law enforcement or cryptologists. The third cipher, Z13. This is the shortest cipher, containing only 13 symbols. Some believe it might be a simple substitution cipher, while others speculate it's a prank or a reference to something specific, like the initials AEN for Alfred E. Newman, mascot of Mad Magazine. The fourth cipher, Z32. This cipher has 32 characters and is accompanied by a rough map of the San Francisco Bay Area. The symbols themselves haven't been deciphered, but some believe they might be tied to locations or landmarks on the map. October 11, 1969, was a terrifying night in San Francisco. Cab driver Paul Stine was shot and killed in a wealthy neighborhood. First, it looked like a robbery. Then, a letter arrived. The Zodiac Killer claimed responsibility, sending a piece of Stine's shirt as proof. This attack, along with threats to shoot children, made the city panic. Zodiac remained a mystery, and Paul Stine became his final confirmed victim. The Zodiac Killer's last confirmed letter was in 1974. But in 2004, another letter surfaced, claiming to be from him. It included a movie complaint and victim sympathy comment. However, this letter's authenticity is debated. Acknowledge the mystery. The lack of a clear suspect and conclusive evidence is what makes the Zodiac case so frustrating. Despite years of investigation, the Zodiac Killer's identity remains a mystery. Unanswered question. We can't say for sure if the Zodiac Killer is alive or dead. The last confirmed communication was in 1974. Some believe he may have continued his crimes under the radar. Challenges faced by police. There are several reasons why police haven't been able to crack the case. Limited forensic technology at the time, the Zodiac's cunning methods of avoiding detection, and possibly even mistakes during the investigation, all contributed to the ongoing mystery. Avoid making claims. It's important to avoid stating opinions as facts when discussing unsolved mysteries. Focus on presenting the known details and the challenges faced in the investigation. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this mystery and want to see more, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for updates. This is Zylar Explains, and I'll see you in the next one.